Shalom, and welcome to another installment of Elders of GMS giving all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We're going to go into another GMS News and Prophecies. Basically we're going into the fact that, Barack Obama, you so-called Negroes, you put him back in the office along with the Latin tribes and some of these Edomites. And he's going to show his horns, as I said in previous shows. When you check this so-called fiscal cliff, basically the super rich got off with really paying next to nothing. And it was you so-called middle class, working class, I'll say, that got hit with more taxes. Now, that whole Obamacare healthcare program. Now, there was a story. Now, I don't know if the researcher can get it up. If you go to Google or whatever, it should come up if you put in a 29% pay cut for doctors of Medicaid or Medicaid. And it should come up some kind of way with those combination of words. Because that was part of the cut, the cuts that, did anything come up?
Yeah, Medicare doctors face 29%.
Okay, good. It came up. Like I heard it, like I didn't get a chance to research it, so I said, let's see what's going to happen. So go ahead and go right to that article.
This is from Engage Newswire. It says Medicare doctors face 29% pay cut in New Year. Engage Newswire Services provides the most relevant business, technology, news, and press releases on the web. Let me go to right to. It says, for doctors who treat Medicare patients, the New Year's Eve countdown brings them.
It's Medicare then, Medicare.
Yep, the New Year's Eve countdown brings them imminently closer to a staggering 29% pay cut scheduled to go off effect in January. For doctors who treat the nation's 47 million Medicare patients, the countdown to 2013 brings them ever closer to a staggering 29% pay cut slated for the new year. Current federal law requires that Medicare reimbursement rates be adjusted annually to keep spending in line with GPD or GDP growth. But Medicare spending has typically outpaced economic growth. So the law requires rates to be cut every year to keep Medicare financially sound.
Yeah, so you have these doctors that, you have to be pretty dedicated to become a doctor, all right? No matter what field of medicine that you get into. You got to dedicate yourself, and it's not just a 4-year study. You're talking about 6 to 8 years of intense study to be a doctor. And, your parents, mainly your mother, would say, she'd be proud of the fact that you're either a doctor or a lawyer. Well, these doctors are getting 29%, are getting shafted. Now, this big thing about the Obamacare, basically they're bringing in more money because they're going to tax everybody. Anybody that doesn't want to be involved in this Obamacare, they're basically going to get a penalty. So everybody that's of the working class, they're going to have to put into it one way or another or get a penalty. So that should be, triple, quadruple the money or even more. So why all of a sudden, with all this money coming in, they had to cut the Medicare doctors? So all that study that you did was all for nothing. For every $1,000 that you made, now you're only making about a little bit more than $700. And there's going to be more cuts. And I guarantee you, Barack Obama, he works for the bankers. He works for the big corporate companies, a big corporation. He's not going to hurt the super rich. The only ones that's going to feel the effect are the working class. And you so-called Negroes, you're not part of the super rich. You don't own any fortune. There might be one or two of you that's up in that society, the 1%, the 2%. But the majority of you Negroes out there, you working class, that put this man in the office, you're going to get shafted, man. And things are going to get worse in this society. So all we're doing is, watching, like I said, 2013 is going to be a pivotal year. You're going to see the horns come out of Barack Obama's head. You got something?
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
And he's a part of that devil system. You can say he is the devil. He's the chief devil right now. But anyway, what was that, a year ago on New Year's Eve? I believe it was a year ago. I think it was 2011 going into 2012. They had the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. And it was said that Barack Obama wouldn't sign it, right? But he did. He wound up signing it on New Year's Eve, when Congress was out of town, when people were partying, having a good time, bringing in the so-called New Year, hoping that 2012 was going to be a better year. Now, when you look up the NDAA, you find that Barack Obama, if he accuses you, if he suspects you of being a terrorist, he can just lock you up indefinitely, no trial, no nothing, no evidence. All he has to do is suspect you, or his minions is suspect you of engaging in terrorism, and that can mean anything. You can be walking down the street, get pulled, cop pulls up, check your information. You on that list, they're going to grab you up. Just like this no-fly list. You had this one little white boy, I believe he was 6 years old. He was on the no-fly list. So how in the hell did that happen? You telling me a little white American boy, 6 years old, 5 years old, could be a terrorist? Basically, what Barack Obama did was made all so-called American citizens or U.S. citizens suspects. And the reason why he's doing that is because they're planning on giving a whole federal prison system to this to corporations. And one of the main corporations out there that's ready to take on a job is a company called Corrections of America. If you go to that first tab, that's a corporation, Corrections